In this video, we're just going to be looking at the qualifying session that happened overnight in Qatar. I've just woken up. A lot of stuff has happened. I need to catch up. I need to apologize for something as well. I'm going to fill you guys in on everything, where Max was finding lap time and some of the predictions I made in the live stream. If you're interested in what my thoughts are, definitely keep watching. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Now we need to talk about Max Verstappen's performance overnight in the Qatar GP qualifying session. Absolute god tier level lap, and something that absolutely shocked me as well. Now, look, I said yesterday that I was thinking that maybe after Vegas, he had a big night out, and the fact that Nico Hülkenberg and Pierre Gasly are getting in front of him in a sprint race is a little bit out of character for Max. The fact that he had a few clumsy corners, turn 2, turn 3, turn 1 as well, is also a bit of out of character for Max. Maybe he's not, that interested. And then bang, he puts in a qualifying performance like that. I need to eat my words. I need to put my hand up and say, Max, you never cease to amaze me. That was absolutely outstanding. But one thing that I make absolutely no apology for is my ridiculously precise prediction that Max is going to struggle with front tire life this weekend. Have a listen to what he's come out and said after the sprint race, and then have a listen to what I said in the Thursday preview show for the Qatar Grand Prix. If you tuned into that, you'll know exactly what I said, but have a listen now.
Entry to mid corner, so you can't push the corner, you can't carry the speed through the corner, and then of course also I ran out of front tires, so it was very tough, and I think it will be very difficult to also solve it for the rest of the weekend, but we'll try to do our best.
So Lewis above, that's the tight line. He's only barely got the left front on the curb. So like I said before, Max can carry more speed in, but the left front is going to be crying through that corner lap on lap on lap. If I had a prediction for this Grand Prix, it's going to be that Max is going to struggle with front tire life due to the long corners of turn 7, turn 10, and the double apex turns 4 and 5 as well. That is my prediction. And when you understand the sport and you understand how the drivers drive, and you understand the technical corners that you have, you can start to make these predictions pretty comfortably, guys. Well, there you go, guys. It's pretty clear. And it was really interesting to hear Max say, we don't have a direction or solution or answer for that front tire life at the moment. Well, I guess I do. I mean, it's quite a big assertion, but I feel like I do. I predicted it right, and I can see why he's struggling with front tire life. And it's quite an easy fix, but it does cost some lap time in places. So that's going to be the art, right? It's almost like, how can you save fuel and keep the lap times where you want to be? How can you save tires now and also keep the lap times where you want to be? That's the next level that I think Max can potentially jump up to become perfect, right? And people say he's got no weaknesses. I only know of 2. It's the emotions and emotional side and how that can impact his driving. I think we saw that in Mexico, and I said it cost him points in Mexico. I'm not talking about whether Lando would have gone on to win and what it meant for Lando's race. I think the penalty and falling behind Mercedes cost him points by way of emotion and frustration. And I think in Hungary and Netherlands, the front tire life issues that we saw are cropping up here again and will continue to creep up if he doesn't fully understand why that is. And I hope I've given you guys an explanation for that. So sorry for saying that you were not focused. He absolutely silenced and amazed me with his qualifying lap. Not sorry for the prediction of front tire life that I got absolutely spot on. Now, let's take a look at the lap together and see where he was finding the lap time. You guys are going to be absolutely shocked where he was finding the lap time, because I've had a quick, cheeky look before jumping on this morning. So let's take a look at that now. All right, hopefully you can see that on the screen in front of you. So I just want to have a quick look at Verstappen, Russell, and their best lap. So this is Max's down here, the 20.5. And George's here, just this one here, the 20.5. So they both did 20.5. Wow, so super close, right? So absolutely nothing in it. Anyway, let's have a look. So this is the speed trace that you're presented with. And check this out. This here, the difference in speed, you don't even need to zoom in to observe it, but we will zoom in. This difference in speed here is massive. This is where the Delta takes a big jump in Max's favor. This is where he's found most of the lap time and won the lap. But you guys know from what I just said before, this is where it's going to cane your front tires as well. So, you're going to have to, you don't need that much lap time. You can afford to to chop that a little bit, and in the race I'm talking about, you can afford to chop that deficit a little bit and take the card that says, I've got longevity, I've got lap time. So have a look at where this is. It's straight in the middle of the double apex corner, turn 4 and 5. It's exactly where Max likes to open up this corner and sweep in with ridiculous amounts of speed and stability by way of opening up the corner with the entry curb. And it's where he's finding the best part of, 15 kilometers, maybe 20 in some cases. So yeah, 15 to 20 kilometers more worth of apex speed, downforce, grip, and ridiculous amounts of lap time through that corner. So that's pretty much what I'm talking about. So without going through the whole lap and talking you guys through all of the intricacies, that's where Max is finding most of the lap time. That's where the delta jumps. That's where one of the areas where Max will struggle with front left tire, where the other one is going to be this one, the long corner of constant radius in turn 7. The way Max takes this corner, I think, is also contributing to his front left tire issues as well. So if he hasn't seen these videos and resolved for that, then he's going to be in trouble come the race later this evening. So I just wanted to call you guys out that this now makes a story. Like, where I said he was going to be quick and where I said he was going to have front tire issues is exactly where he found the lap time in qualifying, and is exactly the area that he's going to need to work on to preserve those front tires and not be under attack from the likes of George Russells and Ferraris and McLarens later on. This is fascinating. This is interesting now. I want to see how he manages this in the race and if he can solve for it, without my help, obviously. So that's going to be something I'm looking for come the race today. All right, now we need to talk about the penalty quickly as well. Look, like I said, I just woke up. I haven't seen all of it. The time zones for Perth are all over the place. I don't know if you got to remember that although the drivers consider this their second out lap, according to the lap times, is this not still a flying lap, even though they're cruising around preparing for their main lap? I don't know. That's a question for like a sporting director, like a Jonathan Wheatley or something. Maybe someone in the comments can fill me in on that. Like, an out lap is when you come out of the pits and you don't have a lap time running. There's no lap time next to your name that's ticking over. And I get it. I know that it's their second out lap. I know that they've just done their flying lap and it's like a cool down lap. I get it. But, according to a rule book, how can you then determine between a flying lap and a slow out, a second out lap, if you know what I mean? They're both on the clock. So impediment is impediment. That's one side of what I'm thinking. The other side of what I'm thinking is, it was not a hot lap. Like, evidently not a hot lap. It just depends the way the rules are written, guys. Like I said, it's a little bit outside of my scope. Sporting director, someone that knows the rule book, someone that gets paid to read the rules to understand the loopholes. Jonathan Wheatley could potentially dig you out of this situation, but did it cost George anything? I think he exaggerated a little bit. Also, Max was stuck between a few cars. I think it was Alonso in front of him. So look, I don't want to go into too much detail. I haven't seen it that well, but my first thoughts are, were they on the clock or not? And that's all it really comes down to for me. So I'm not sure, to be honest, on that one. Now, look, that's all I wanted to say in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found something interesting from it. If you did, ask me a thought or question in the comment section below. Give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for the full race analysis tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.